Diesel is a wind-type defender made by Elysion, and a machine gun user. She is a hybrid of a tank and a buffer. As a buffer, she can increase her magazine capacity and reload the allies one, while as a tank, she can taunt while raising her defense, and healing for a portion of the damage received. Thanks to Diesel's self-healing skills, there are high chances you will not need a healer in your party, freeing a spot that can then be assigned to a utility unit, or damage dealing one. Chapter 1, a buff for a selected few. So let's have a look at how her party buff skill works. After landing 100 attacks, she gets a stackable buff that slowly increases the capacity of her magazine. When the buff reaches 10 stacks, her magazine returns to its original capacity, and all allies have their magazine reloaded by 86.62% at max rank. This buff can be a double-edged sword, depending on your party composition. It works very well with Nikkes that have abilities triggered after landing a certain amount of attacks. So try to have in your party, Freema, and Miranda, as Burst 1 units, Novel, Holy, Rupee, and Signal, as Burst 2 units, or Breed, Guillotine, Idol Sun, Product 12, Scarlet, Snow White, and Celine, as Burst 3 units. Instead, her buff hinders Nikkes, whose abilities are triggered when the current magazine's last bullet hits the target. By reloading a magazine, you are just delaying the trigger, so be sure to avoid having in your party Nikkes like Exia, Idol Flower, Idol Ocean, Ludmilla, Mary, Pepper, and Rupee, Winter Shopper, as Burst 1 units, and Miracle Fairy, Arya, Yunua, and Product 23, as Burst 2 units, or Crow, Epinal, Helm, Julia, Laplace, Mihara, as Burst 3 units. Chapter 2, is Diesel the tank for you? We will now analyze her tank skills, starting with Strawberry Shock, her burst skill. It has 20 seconds cooldown, and not only taunts 5 units with the highest attack for 5 seconds, but also deals 299.66% of attack damage to them at max rank. Her other skill, Strawberry Fields, activates when entering full burst, and raises her defense by 22.04% for 10 seconds at max rank, and heals her by 11.02% of her max HP every time she is attacked during full burst. If you watched my video on how defense works, you would remember that defense works better when dealing with multiple small attacks, than big ones. Combining her defense buff with her self-healing ability, allows Diesel to sustain many small attacks, and get out of full burst with even more HP than when she started. Even with that said, Diesel doesn't shine very well in campaign stages, when you are more than 5% below the required combat power. Due to the penalty for being below combat power works, her defense buff and self-healing ability may not be enough for her to sustain the incoming damage. Where she shines most instead, are X stages, and special interception, since the level cap of your Nikke is fixed, and there is no required combat power rating. In particular, she shines against Altais and MKVi, assuming you have raised her skill high enough. It is worth noting that her self-healing ability lasts as long as the team is in full burst mode, so Nikkes that lower the full burst duration, like Vesti, Mihara, and Isabel, are detrimental to Diesel, and you should avoid having them in your party. Chapter 3, Diesel in PvP. Unless you are fighting opponents who have way more combat power than you, Diesel is practically immortal when she is tanking during full burst, since she will be able to heal back all the basic attacks you will receive from the opponent team. So probably, you will likely find her at max health after full burst ends. Unluckily she doesn't generate burst as much as a rocket launcher unit, but she is indeed a tank that can be used in PvP. Postface. You can find all the videos of this series in a dedicated playlist, so if you are interested in the following episodes, save the playlist. Lastly, if you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.